And now it's Boomer Life. Lifestyle ideas designed to make your life more engaging, meaningful, and complete. Celebrating the baby boomer generation. This is Boomer Life with Sterling Fox.
Well, good morning. Welcome to Boomer Life here on AM 650. Feeling somewhat Shakespearean on the Ides of March. Nice to have you with us. On the program today, we're going to talk about your health and particularly how a good night's sleep factors into good health. And joining us in studio are Dave Temlett and Terry Harder from Innovative Sleep Solutions in South Surrey, White Rock. Good to see you again, fellas. Nice of you to come by.
Great to be here, Sterling.
Yeah, excellent. Thanks.
So how's life been since we last talked a few weeks ago? Dave, what's going on at Innovative Sleep Solutions these days?
Oh, boy, life has been great. Very busy in the store. We've had great response from the last episode that we were on with you, Sterling.
Excellent.
We have had several customers coming in with various different issues, and we've been able to be of benefit to at least three of them that are due directly to this show.
Now, when you talk about people who have issues, these because the opening remarks talked about your health
Right.
and the importance to your health of a good night's sleep. So people coming into Innovative Sleep Solutions have issues. So talk to us about the sorts of problems or health-related issues that people come to you with as recently as in the last couple of weeks.
Well, one common theme is more about what it is they're sleeping on now, that they bought a bed in the last couple of years that is not doing what they expected it to be doing. And that is something that we deal with several times a month, 3 or 4 times even. Just a couple of days ago, I had a couple in that are on their third bed in the last 5 years.
Really?
And they just cannot get comfortable. He wakes up with a backache. He has no health issues or back problems, only when he gets up in the morning because he's not getting support.
Well, let me just stop you right there because I just happened to have found, Terry and Dave, a couple of days ago, a new survey, a Canadian survey out of Montreal. This is 2014, fresh off the presses stuff, and it's about sleep. And the writer of the survey indicates that Canadians are confronting a sleep epidemic. And according to the people who talked to 500 of us, said about chronic back pain and overheating during the night proved to be the dominant complaints of Canadians and their lack of comfort as they sleep. So that speaks directly to what you were saying.
Oh, it's so true.
Moments ago, Dave. The guy wakes up every morning and his back is sore. It just doesn't feel right. He's starting his day off kind of down a half notch because your back hurts. A heck of a way to start the day.
Well, it is. And, of course, you can't blame this couple at all for feeling a little gun-shy about wanting to buy another mattress.
Third in 5 years already?
Well, they've had 3 and 5
Yeah,
years.
that's what I mean, yeah.
So
And
now,
typically the lifespan of a mattress is what, 7 or 8 years?
on average today, that would be pretty fair.
Okay, so if you're buying 3 and 5 years, you're way ahead of that curve, right?
Well, you are, yeah. Now, there are other products out there that will last longer and give you better support.
Mm-hmm.
But you're certainly looking at a little higher end of the spectrum from a cost perspective as well. But when you're looking at a mattress, you shouldn't think of it as a cost. You should think of it as an investment in your health.
Right, exactly.
So this particular couple, he wakes up and right as your survey that you just mentioned, he wakes up with a backache because he's sleeping on a memory foam product,
Okay.
which has no support.
Ah.
And of course, the heat factor in memory foam is a big issue as well. So you'll notice that a lot of manufacturers now are introducing cool gel.
What do you mean by heat factor, though, Dave? What is that?
Well, the heat from your body, it will make the foam a little bit softer, so you sink into it more.
Ah.
So it's not being supportive because you're in a little valley, almost like a hammock, if you will.
Okay, now
So-
Terry's our resident chemist and likes to get into the
Hysteresis, yes.
the ingredients and such. But in memory foam, Terry, the difference between it and latex, which is something you're very fond of, what is the basic chemical difference there that makes so many Canadians sleeping on memory foam complain about the heating overnight? What's that about?
Memory foam is basically a petrochemical product, Sterling, so it is certainly not a natural product like you referenced latex as being much more natural from the rubber tree, open cell, whereas memory foam tends to be much more closed cell than the open cell latex, so it tends to retain your heat, and as Dave referenced, you kind of trough in the bed. And we mentioned hysteresis. Yes, that it creates significant difficulties moving on memory foam. So consequently, when you do have to move, which admittedly you don't move as much as you might on a spring mattress, but
Right.
it takes much more energy to move on memory foam as a major benefit of latex.
Interesting. Okay, so there basically what you're telling us here, Terry, is that memory foam doesn't breathe as well, to use a layman's term, than some other possibilities in terms of things to sleep on. Is it one of the least breathy? There's not a word, but you know what I mean. Compounds to sleep on.
Absolutely, although as Dave mentioned, manufacturers are addressing that with cool gel and different other things to try and combat one of the downsides to memory foam. And there are some upsides, as we mentioned earlier.
Sure. Yeah.
The pressure relief benefits, and some consumers really enjoy memory foam, and we do carry memory foam for that reason, but we still try and when we can make suggestions on where we feel there may be more benefits to a much healthier and a more comfortable sleep that addresses the two questions they did in the survey, being better back support with latex. You get orthopedically correct support for one thing, and for two, it's an open cell, so it breathes much more effectively, which are two of the main complaints in the survey
Yes,
that you came up with.
Exactly,
So,
and this is really fresh stuff, literally, guys, in the last couple of weeks. And there's nothing new in here, is there, Dave, really, because it just continues to identify the chronic problems Canadians face year after year with incorrect sleep products.
Well, that's so true. And after the discussion I had with this couple the other day, now they're left with a dilemma. Either they keep the product they've got.
This is the third bed in 5 years couple,
That's right.
Okay.
Or you look at replacing it. Well, the reality is they're gun shy. They've spent a lot of money over the last 3 products they've had in the last 5 years.
Right.
So, they're at a loss. They're between a rock and a hard place. So what do you do? Well, the one thing is, you have to make a choice. Either you're going to put up with what you've got or you replace it. So if you're going to replace it, then you need to do a really good, thorough search around. Don't buy from the first place you walk into. Get an idea for price points and try to find out what's recommended, and then go, to the next store and do the same thing. This couple actually were very, very grateful when they left, and they're going to do that very thing. And he said to me on his way out, "Boy, Dave, I really wish you guys were here when we bought our bed a couple of years ago."
Right. And that simply wasn't the case because Innovative Sleep Solutions wasn't around a couple of years ago. This is a fairly recent addition to the scene locally, isn't it?
It is. We started up on the 1st of June of last year.
Right.
So we've now completed 9 full months, and we're looking towards getting our first year behind us.
Right. And Terry, the word is definitely getting out as you and Dave encounter more and more customers coming into Innovative Sleep Solutions who have heard the broadcasts, who have seen your newspaper ads, and who have done a lot of good homework. Today's sleep consumer is getting better educated, aren't they?
that's absolutely true, Sterling, and that's to our benefit. As they become more and more educated, they're going to look to more and more stores like us that offer significant solutions for their current mattress problems. And we're noticing that with our solution focus, that we are getting customers that have had a lot of bad experiences. As Dave mentioned, they've had several beds in a short period of time, and it's particularly rewarding for Dave and I to be able to have that kind of customer come into the store and to have the kind of time that's necessary, that perhaps before some of the big box retailers want to get them in and get them out of the store rather quickly, whereas we tend to really spend time asking questions, really listening to what the customer's needs are, and suggesting they do shop around. We're not afraid. We feel that we will stand out in the end as offering something unique to the consumer and truly provide a sleep solution for their sleeping for the next 10 years and beyond.
Well, of course, it is important to take a moment and point out that between the two of them, my guests, Dave Temlett and Terry Harder from Innovative Sleep Solutions, have over 50 years experience in the sleep business, selling mattresses and beds and all sorts of products to British Columbia consumers for decades. And the difference between Innovative Sleep Solutions and Terry was just talking about this, Dave. When you go into the store, and I've been there, guess who you meet? You meet Terry and Dave. You meet the owners.
That's
and
right.
that already puts a kind of a different slant on how you are going to be treated as a customer. It's not some sales rep. step. It's the people who own the place who bring 50 years plus experience to work every day.
Yeah, I just want to qualify that, Sterling. It's over 25 years each.
Well,
because,
add that up, and even I can do that math.
Because I'm not that old. That being said, though, you're absolutely right. We do have a lot of knowledge and experience in the marketplace, and we've taken that knowledge and changed things a little bit for the direction that we go, bringing in the healthiest products available in the marketplace. We select the very best from the very best. We don't. There's specific lines that we don't carry from each manufacturer because they don't have the CertaPure foams in them, or they don't have the proper support that we recommend. We do carry the leading brands: Sealy, Simmons, Certa, Restonic, Health Rest, and Nature's Embrace. So, we've over our career, we've sold pretty much every brand out in the marketplace.
Exactly, right.
And we've picked the best of the best.
And that includes you've been very picky about your suppliers. Most of your products are made at least in Canada, if not here in BC.
They are. The only manufacturer that manufactures mattresses for us that's not made in the Lower Mainland is Sealy, only because their closest plant is in Edmonton.
Right.
Everybody else is made right here in BC, which is great for the BC economy.
Right.
And, the reason that we selected our name very deliberately, Innovative Sleep Solutions, because we are providing those sleep solutions that are the latest, greatest, best technology and the healthiest products available in the marketplace. No one else is really doing that to the level that we are.
Right. I'm going to take a look inside your mailbag here in a few minutes and find out more about some of the people. But Terry, that approach that you and Dave have mapped out as a strategy, as your business ethic, Innovative Sleep Solutions, the word is definitely getting out that it's about your health and how important a good night's sleep is to good overall health. That's starting to get out there. I'm sure that feedback is starting to reach you pretty frequently now.
Absolutely, Sterling. It's exciting to get people sending in friends from a previous purchase that have special requirements: diabetes, fibromyalgia, arthritis, all these types of conditions. And they come in. It's a challenge for us because we have to, a bed can't do everything. So it's important that we don't overextend what our promise is to these customers, but we are truly able to improve the quality of their life. Their expectations are being met in a lot of different areas, and so it's just exciting to carry it on and see how many more people we can help in the future, and what that brings for the marketplace in the future as well.
Right, and we've talked a little bit about this in the past, and I think it bears repeating. And I mentioned that today's consumer has at least the opportunity, Dave, to be a very informed consumer with the internet. And we just celebrated the 25th anniversary of the World Wide Web a couple of days ago on Wednesday. So and Canadians are just rabid consumers of the internet, one of the highest levels per capita in the world. So we're kind of connected to the internet, and we're pretty good, or we're getting better at educating ourselves. And yet, when it comes to buying a mattress, and this is something, Dave, you've pointed out more than a few times, we'll spend a lot less time buying a mattress than we will buying a car. Well, of course, you say a car is going to cost you $40,000, $50,000, and a mattress isn't. Right. So obviously, you spend more time where you're going to spend more money. But where do you spend more time really in your real life? In the car or sleeping on that mattress? I'm prepared to bet heavy dough that you actually spend more time on your mattress.
Well, unless you're a professional driver and that's
right.
what you do for a living, you're absolutely right. So, even for most people that are, working on a regular basis, 6 to 7 hours is the industry norm for sleep. Some people are lucky enough to spend a third of their life in bed, getting a good 8 hours of rest. There's nothing that you're going to end up needing that's going to have the support or the durability factor required to give you good support and help rejuvenate your body. There's nothing. You need a good mattress.
All right, now let me just follow up with more from this brand new survey that I just uncovered a couple of days ago. They say nearly 70% of us are getting an average or poor night's sleep. And the average is, they say, somewhere around 5 or 6 hours a night, and that is a lot less than the recommended 7 or 8 hours, Dave, that you just alluded to. So
Right.
in addition to perhaps not the right choice of mattress, we're also not allowing, even cutting ourselves enough slack to get a proper amount of sleep. But then if you're not sleeping comfortably, you wake up and you just want to get up because your back hurts.
Your back hurts, or your feet are cold, or what have you. So you need something that's going to give you the support and yet allow enough padding beneath your surface to allow your blood to circulate when you're sleeping.
Right. Lots to talk about here. Our guests from Innovative Sleep Solutions, David Temlett and Terry Harder. By the way, the store, Innovative Sleep Solutions, is in South Surrey, White Rock at 3033 King George Boulevard, right across the road from the Surrey Auto Mall. Ocean Park Ford, I think, is your kitty corner to where you are. We'll be back with lots more. This is Boomer Life on AM 650.
Canada's only weekly radio show dedicated to the baby boomer lifestyle. This is Boomer Life on AM 650.